Hey, what is going on YouTube? Hey, Aaron here. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. In today's video, we're going to be going over how to master the Halloween event. With a little help with some friends, Mr. DePriest, Iridium, Imperial Cat, and of course, Miss Jessica, aka Strike Knight, we smashed from easy all the way to Nightmare Circle 5 without losing a single game. So we actually did unlock the Nicholas. I was mistaken yesterday saying it was the Leviathan. The Leviathan is only available in crates or for purchase for doubloons or through some other third way. But basically, you can only get it as a prize. The secret ship is the USS Nicholas, a Tier 4 American destroyer. I'll be trying to go over that. But without further ado, we have the strategy we developed. Basically, we would split up our cruiser and battleship, and our destroyer would roam free. Now, before Circle 6, let me say that Circle 6, I got to that, and that seemed very difficult. But up to Circle 5, all of the enemies mostly focus on the right-hand side. So we kind of had our destroyer, one of our cruisers, and one of our battleships focus on that side. Now, I will say there is no one-size-fits-all strategy. I've heard people say they did it with 3 destroyers, 3 battleships. All of these ships with their consumables are very strong. This is just the ship lineup that we ran, and it worked very well. There was one game in which 2 of us died, but we ended up still winning that game. For easy through hard mode, you have to complete it with 5 stars. Basically, you have to protect Transylvania, kill Rasputin. Don't let the ships touch the circle. You can see it on the minimap here. I'll actually blow it up for you guys. And keep 3 of your 5 ships alive. After Nightmare mode, you just need to protect Transylvania. We actually had a game last night after these initial games where Boats and Potatoes was the only player left, and he killed the ships with like 2% health left on Transylvania, and we still completed the Nightmare mode. So just keep that in mind. So if you go 2 ships down or even 3, don't fret because you can still win. Now, it's obviously going to be a lot more difficult, but basically the strategy is to get some friends or, people that you know, and I'm going to be including a link to my Discord, and anyone that needs to help complete this, you guys should team up. That is going to be the easiest way to win, as proven last night. Like I said, we went from easy all the way to Nightmare Circle 5 without losing or having to repeat a single stage. Now, that being said, as soon as I got to Nightmare 6, things changed. So if you want the boat, the Nicholas, it's pretty easy to get. But if you want to get all the way to Nightmare 9, I think it is, then yeah, you're going to have to pick some really good teammates and people who know what they're doing because, again, I was just playing with people in the division and kind of randoms, and we got to Nightmare 6, and it was very difficult. Also, something to note is make sure you change it. We actually repeated hard mode twice. It's kind of confusing in the menu system. I will insert a little clip here to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. Also, something to note is that whoever the division leader is, that is the level you will get credit for. So if, for example, I was on Nightmare 6, people, if you were below me, would have gotten credit if we would have completed that. But we ended up going to somebody who only had Nightmare 1. He got to Nightmare 2, but nobody else who was at Nightmare 2 or above got credit. So basically what you want to do is find somebody who is at Nightmare 5 and let them be the host. So if you guys are at different levels, I hope I'm explaining that well, but basically it's the host and their level you get credit for. Now, you do not skip a level, but we actually had Mr. Boats and Potatoes who was at level 2 while we were playing level 5, and he got credit up to level 3. So basically you can go up a level, but you cannot go down a level, if that makes sense. Like I was on level 6 and I did not get credit for it. So just some tips and tricks to help you guys, make sure, you're getting credit for the levels that you're playing. Now, again, back to the strategy. I told you guys we had a destroyer, 2 cruisers, and a battleship. The battleships were basically just our tanks in the middle, popping heals, whenever they could. And the cruisers, those are your DPM. I really think it's a good idea to have at least 2 cruisers. You'll notice our radars here. You can cycle those. And those radars, I think, are up to 20 kilometers, and those give you a huge advantage to know where the mass of ships is coming. So a little mid-video pause here. Something I forgot to mention is we did not push out too far, if you guys obviously see in the video, but basically we stayed very close to the blue line and we treated it as tower defense, essentially. Now, back to the video. The cooldown for your radar is basically the same time as the radar. So if you see that your other cruiser is radaring, don't radar just yet. Wait for them to be on cooldown. You can pop yours, and you can essentially have unlimited or permanent radar on the map. Now, it's not really that important, but those destroyers get up and they get close. A few of them go through the middle, which is kind of the weak spot you will see later on in this match. And we got close a few times to a few of them sneaking through. So just something to keep in mind. Also, the cruiser gets the reload booster / heal. Anytime that reload booster is active, you are actively healing your ships. You combine that with a heal from your battleships. And yes, I'm sailing broadside and not playing Legends strategically at the moment. But basically, I'm just circling my left flank out here. That is the side that I spawned at, and that's the side that we chose I was going to stay at. You can see our two battleships are kind of in the middle there, like we talked about, and then we have the other cruiser out on the right, and then DePriest. Basically, DePriest is just a free safety. He was floating out there doing whatever he needed. But in this moment, I actually popped my reload booster here. You can see, of course, the DPM is fantastic, and I'm also healing myself at the same time. So my strategy for this was pop it when they are very far away. You don't get that great of range on these ships. And then by the time that you're reloaded, they are closer, and then you get your reload booster back. So I didn't wait for it just to, I didn't wait to use the reload booster to when the ships were very close. I used it when they were kind of at medium to long distances, and then when it got reloaded, they were closer. But here's exactly what I was talking about with those destroyers. The cruisers really have to focus them. The battleships, of course, have the longer reload. But just like in Legends, anybody who gets a shot at those pesky destroyers should do so. One of the biggest pieces of advice I can give you guys, though, is to utilize teamwork. It is found in every facet of this game. And if you don't communicate with your team or work, play as a team in this mode, especially at, up to Circle 5 and beyond, you will not survive. So if you guys need some teammates, if you're new or not that social, hop in my Discord. There's many like-minded individuals in there, and you can just say, hey, I'm at Circle 3, I need some help, etc. And I know people, we've had many people become good friends by just meeting up in my Discord, which is honestly something I really love about my community. You guys are pretty awesome. Yeah, as we watch Aaron almost go down here. Like I said, those destroyers are pretty pesky. For some reason, I was focused on the battleship, but I wanted to make sure that I got my health back. Unfortunately, those destroyers came around the corner, but yeah, good night, Mr. Benson there. And this is the closest we actually got to losing, I believe, because one of the destroyers was so close. You can see it on the backside there. But I wanted to make sure that we also didn't allow this cruiser across the line. I really like that Wargaming switched up this mode just a little bit. It was basically, defend the tower mode. So, yeah. But that's all the advice I have for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and give it back to the game audio. Again, there are multiple different strategies. I'm not saying this is the 100% best guaranteed way, but with my teammates, we went 100%. So choose to follow this strategy or, whichever strategy, but I'm just letting you know this one worked for us very well, at least up until wave 6 anyway. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys like the video. You guys can finish it out. I finished with like 600,000 damage or something like that. A pretty gnarly total. I will try to be doing videos on the Nicholas as well as the Leviathan. The Leviathan is basically it is a reskinned North Carolina. Blip confirmed that there are no differences. Now the Rasputin at tier 5 does have a few differences like we mentioned in the video yesterday, but I'm not really going to be wasting my time with that. So again, I will try to be on tonight to help people get to Nightmare 5, but I don't really want to go beyond that. So Halloween event for a few rounds tonight. And again, make sure you guys division up. Join up in my Discord. Say, hey, I need some teammates. Love you guys. I'm going to finish out with the game audio here. I'm out. Peace.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Your secondaries get it? Bro, fucking took out my torp tubes. Fuck you.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Oh no. We got a DD moving in.
I need intelligence data.
No, that's not what I meant. I got the cruiser. You guys got the DD. I'm overpenning. Turn, please, so I can citadel you. Thank you. Destroyed all my... Destroyed my torp tubes. Good. Got some battleships on the flank here. I'm gonna eat one. Oh, I'm gonna eat two. I'm gonna eat two. This isn't gonna be good. I'm coming close. Need help. Okay.
Destroyed an enemy battleship.
Launch the fucking torps. Pissing me off. Okay, that hurt. Why is he still shooting me? CC bias. There you go. Where was our support? Do we not get it if we're all alive? So we beat it ahead of time. Solid. Solid. 600k. Casual little score there. Ah, we do it again, baby. We do it again. We're on to 4. We need one more, chat. We need one more. This is the one. This is the one right here. We do these. Hey guys, so one thing I actually did forget is make sure you upgrade your commander. It does give you a little bit for the reload. I'm not sure what the legendary perk does, but as you can see, you get these Halloween shards, which are really only available in the mode for upgrading your commander, so make sure you use them. You get those shards for completing easy, medium, hard, etc. And the longer you go, the more you'll get, so you can have that thing fully upgraded. But just a last little piece of advice there.